Today I would like to paint tulips. I'm Olga Koelsch, watercolor artist, educator and a book author. Welcome to my studio. First page is always super exciting, right? I envision that my tulips will be in vertical shade, therefore I'm turning my sketchbook like this. Let's map out the stems. That will help us to stay focused with the composition when we're starting to paint. The most important part when we're painting flowers is the point where bud connects to a stem. So I will just map out this point. Then I think that my second tulip will grow like this and something like this. And the third one will intersect with others, and I try to arrange all the buds on slightly different level, so it will be a little bit more interesting, and also try to avoid drawing stems in parallel, which is very tempting because we already have some key elements to focus on. So stay aside of being symmetrical and being parallel, which is not easy sometimes, but we can manage. Here will be the third one, and the rest let's let it flow. I will use two synthetic brushes, and I have a lot of leftovers from my classes. I have already mixes of ultramarine blue with quinacridone rose. I just want to paint my tulip in slightly more pink side, and I need to prepare very diluted mix, really a lot of water and a little bit more of pink, super watery mix. Then I bathe my brush in this watery mix. Will show you on a piece of paper. It's really super diluted, and with my super wet brush, starting with the tip of the brush, I'm starting to shape the tulip. I leave a little bit of white area in between petals, so to say. I'm thinking to make it even more light, diluted. What's important that we bring the shape to this connecting point where bud will connect to a stem. Leave a little bit of white areas around, maybe correct the shape slightly, and then with a thin brush or another brush you can add drops of slightly bolder color to the very tops, just a little bit, and let it flow, let it spread. If you like, you can add a few more drops around. Trying to follow the direction of the bud. And let's paint another bud, starting with the tip of the brush. Firstly, you shape the tulip. Leave a little bit of white areas in between petals. Paint very light, a lot of water. It should be a lot of water in these areas. Try to bring all the water down to this meeting point, so to say, and let's add a couple of bright pink details. A little bit more water also in the pink mix. It will allow to spread watercolor a little bit nicer. Play around. Don't afraid to add more mixes. I'm not sure about this big line. I will soften it a little bit. And one more. This one will be looking to the older brother, and let's also bring it to the stem. I will make it a little bit longer and make it a little bit lighter, so I will dilute even more my mix. I will dilute it with more water, and with the tip of the brush I can add a couple of brush strokes around this. A little bit of pink. Can even try to divide petals in this way, like that. And then I would like to use some green. This is Viridian PG7. I have a video about PG7 pigments and nice mixes with it. I don't like to use it as it is because it is extremely bright and very unnatural. But if we mix it with the same pink as we used, we will get very But if we mix it, for example, with yellow, I do have a little bit of lemon yellow here to make more spring greenery touch, and a couple, just a drop of the same pink we have to soften it a little bit, to mute it down. Then we will get something much nicer. And then with the tip of the brush, I try to touch the bud area, and then paint a stem, because these areas of buds, it is still wet, and that allow colors to mix in very soft, natural way. Also in the nature, if you explore tulips, they all have this soft graded blend between colors of petals and stems. Same for the second one. I like to paint stems in smaller brush strokes. That allows me to have more control on the direction, because when we paint long lines, our hands can be too shaky, so I'm not taking that risk. Let's create some variety. For the green, just mixing basically same paints. On these YouTube tutorials, I can't show you in-depth long videos about more complex projects, but you are very welcome to join my full watercolor courses, and you will find the link in the description and in my bio. You are very, very welcome to join them. And now let's add some leaves. For the leaves, I would like to create slightly more diluted version, so it will be even more green, more spring green. I'd like to use this mix, and basically with long brush strokes I arrange green leaves. Let's see. One will go there, starting from the tip of the brush. Apply pressure on the brush, pressure, overlap a little bit with the stem, and then release the pressure. Then you can remove excess water on your paper towel, then go again and lift up a little bit if you got some puddles, as I did, for example. Now let's add one more. This will be something like this. Just big, long brush strokes, and then you release the pressure. And something a little bit more narrow. For this one, I need to plan a little bit around it. I will make it something similar to that. Mix green in slightly different proportion. So we have a variety of different greens. With the smaller brush, you can mix a little bit bolder mix and go into details. For example, I definitely would like to add a little bit of depth and weight in the bottoms. I would like to add details, long lines, long veins on the leaves. A little bit more pressure. Sometimes we see leaves folded, and to paint the folded leaf, I mix bolder mix, and I go in the same area but just on the half of it. Now we have a folded leaf. Now let's have a look what can we add. I think it's nice to add some long brush strokes. Now we can release the pressure, take the brush on the top and paint. And if we like to add more curves, let's start from the top, a little bit more pressure, and then you release the pressure. And now we have another curve. Here we have a little bit of harsh, unnecessary line. I wash my brush, I dry it with a paper towel, and just go around and lift colors on that side. As a final touch, just a couple of details. Same mixes, ultramarine blue, quinacridone pink, not so watery. Look, what a beautiful color. And now I flatten my brush like this. I dab it onto watercolor paper and hardly touching the paper, I'm adding a couple of brush strokes. And a little bit from the top to the bottom, from the top to the bottom, and from the bottom to the top. So to say, divide a little bit. Usually tulips, they have very visible line. And here some splashes happened. I just want to support, because there are two ways. You can either remove these splashes or you can support the whole picture with the splashes. And I think I would like to add some fun. And here we are. Thank you so much for painting with me. I hope it was fun. Please let me know in comments what would you like to paint next. What painting ideas do you have for the 100-day project? And see you soon. Bye bye.